Hi, it's Karen. Today we're talking about series I've finished. We are straight away she goes for the tripod. Straight away. No. Miss Kitty has to go away because she's being naughty and playing with the tripod. She's getting a little bigger every day. She's so cute. Yeah, you're so cute. So today we're talking about series I've finished. So I wanted to do also a series I haven't finished video, but I thought I would do it in a pair. The second one will be coming out probably next month. But today we're talking about series I've finished, so I'm just going to pull things off my bookshelf and show you. I'm only including series that are actually complete and I have finished. So first off, the Grisha trilogy. This is a young adult fantasy. I just finished this last month and I'm so glad I did. Everyone raves about these. I thought they were like a 4-star series overall, but it was really fun. And now I get to move on to the Six of Crows duology, which I'm super excited about. So I have finished the Grisha trilogy. The This Savage Song Duet by V.E. Schwab. No, This Savage Song duology by V.E. Schwab, which is This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet. I have read both of these. I'm glad I finished the second one. Originally I wasn't going to. I thought the first one was pretty underwhelming, but the second one ended up really impressing me. These are urban fantasy with monsters. The Darker Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. This is currently a trilogy. I believe it's going to be continued, but I finished the original trilogy and it is a complete whole trilogy. These are amazing. These are like, I want to say like new adult fantasy, like they bridge between young adult and adult fantasy. They're amazing. Portal worlds, they're so good. The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a 4-book series that's kind of magical realism, following these French boys as they search for a missing Welsh king from years and years ago, and a girl called Blue who comes from a family of psychics. She's not psychic, and she's been told that the first boy she kisses, her true love, will die. So yeah, Rude? This is a great series. I totally recommend it. It's so good. These are like all 5-star books. I have read the entire Court of Thorns and Roses original trilogy by Sarah J. Maas. These are everywhere. Why is everything dropping on me? So I'm sure you've heard about them. The original one is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and the second one's kind of a Hades and Persephone retelling. I don't know what the third one's meant to be, but they're alright. The first one was meh, the second one was pretty damn good, and the third one was meh again. But this again is another series that is getting a continuation, but I have read the original trilogy. I have read the entire Winner's trilogy by Marie Rakowski, which is The Winner's Curse, The Winner's Crime, and The Winner's Kiss. This is a young adult fantasy series, which is all about political intrigue and strong female characters in like a courty way, and oh, they're so good. I really enjoyed these. I think maybe the third one was the least strong, but I did enjoy them as a whole, and I feel like I need to reread the third one because I think I read it a bit too slowly. I have read the Starbound trilogy by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. These are like companion novels following pairs of characters that kind of all tie in together, and they have the cutest freaking covers. Like, holy heck, the covers are gorgeous. I loved these. They were so much fun. Great sci-fi. Like, I feel like I struggle with sci-fi. It has to be kind of the right kind of story, but this is totally up my alley for sci-fi. They're kind of like space drama. They're so good. Similar to those is the Illuminae Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and these are also a space drama, but this time told in file format, and these are so good. I just finished Obsidio last month. I'm obsessing over it. Just leave me be. It's fine. I'm not even going to hold them up because there's too many, but I have read the entire Mortal Instruments and Infernal Devices series, but everyone's heard about these, so they don't count. I have read and want to rave about the entire Imaginarium Geographica series. It's the Chronicles of the Imaginarium Geographica. This is a fantasy series about like dragon ships, following our main characters are like Charles, C.S. Lewis, Tolkien, and a poet, I can't remember his name. So following like real life people as our main characters, and it is so good. It's supposed to kind of explain where the Chronicles of Narnia and Lord of the Rings came from. These are amazing. Nobody talks about them often enough. I absolutely adore them. They're all fabulous. I've read the entire Miss Peregrine's trilogy. So that's the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Hollow City, and Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs. These are paranormal horror, but they're based around photos and like photos intersperse the story. There's obviously a movie based on Miss Peregrine's. These are great. I think now I would probably consider them a 4-star series, but I really enjoyed them when I read them. Next we have a couple of duologies which I have read and all of, and that is The Wrath and the Dawn duology by Renee Ive, which is The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger, and the Ivy duology by Amy Engel, which is the Book of Ivy, and The Revolution of Ivy. Both of these to me are like a 3-star series. They're all right. I would probably unhaul both of these if I ran out of space on my shelves. They're fine. I've read them. I've read the Fifth Wave trilogy by Rick Yancey, which is The Fifth Wave, The Infinite Sea, and The Last Star. I'm somebody that didn't hate The Infinite Sea, and I didn't hate The Last Star. But this really should have been a standalone. Like, The Fifth Wave was so good, and these two books were just rushed up the wazoo. I wish these had had the time taken on them that this one did. They would have been amazing. Sadly, they were not amazing, but they were fine. I've read the entire Guild trilogy, which I've never heard anyone talk about on BookTube, but these are amazing. They're by Joshua Mell. So the first one is Operation Red Jericho, and these covers are jacketless hardback with the elastic, and this one's like a red, like, canvas kind of material. The second one is Operation Storm City, which is like a cardboardy, ridged, plasticky kind of material. Oh, let me close that up. And then the third one is Operation Typhoon Shore, which is like a black leather. These are amazing. These are kind of like the Illuminae ones in that they have a lot of files and fold-outs and things. Like this, some confidential material, and it folds out. It's kind of told in like a journal, but with additional stuff. I really want to reread these. I haven't read these since I was young. And it's fictional, but it's made out to be like a real story, like something that really happened. They're set in England and Shanghai. I think all of them are in Shanghai. Oh, this one's in India and China. And this one's in the sea. I did read these ages ago. These were originally marketed as... Oh, apparently Operation Storm City is the final one. This must be book 2. This one's book 3. These were marketed originally as Da Vinci Code for children. Like a middle grade Da Vinci Code. They're more a young adult Da Vinci Code, to be honest. They're pretty dark. I wouldn't call them middle grade. There's like torture scenes and stuff. Or they're hanging from gibbets. And terrifying. But these are positively amazing. I would 100% recommend them, especially if you're someone that likes that action adventure, mystery, historical fiction aspect. They're so good. I have read the entire Gallagher Girls series by Ali Carter. These are like, they read like a contemporary, but they're spies. And oh my god, this is so fun. These are like the funnest things you've ever read. There's also a Thief series, but I didn't want to mention it here because I have a secret hope that it's not over. Like, it hasn't got a final arc, if that makes sense. They're very like standalone heists, but they're the High Society series by Ali Carter. But they're not, the third one doesn't feel final. So, whereas this was a very like solid, kind of had an ongoing plot throughout, and the final one 100% wrapped that up. So yes, these are so good. I was such a spy thief kid, and I read these in my like mid-teens, and I loved them. I read the last one not that long ago, but I started them in my mid-teens, and they're amazing. My bolero is falling off my shoulders, but I don't even care. We have the Mediator series and the Missing series. These are the 1-800 Where Are You in the US, I believe, both by Meg Cabot. I really enjoyed this era of Meg Cabot. So this is a paranormal fantasy, urban fantasy following our main character Suze, who can see ghosts. And the Missing series follows Cassandra, and she can find missing people. She can like look at a photograph of a missing person and locate them. That's like her thing. And they're so good. But again, they're like that, like 2000s era, even 90s era, like fun paranormal that read kind of very contemporary. And yes, I have read The Giver Quartet, and honestly I don't understand the hype. I tried to unhaul this, my boyfriend decided he wanted it, so it ended up still in our house, but I have it. I'm really not a fan. I just don't understand the hype. Maybe if I'd read this in high school, but it's not part of the Australian curriculum like it is in the US. It's obviously a very US based novel, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I have read the entire John Marsden, what are these, God to Rome and the War Began series. These are an Australian action thriller series for teens. Essentially, Australia is invaded, and these kids were out camping in the middle of nowhere, so kind of missed the invasion and come back and are trying to fight to save their families, and it is really good. There is a sequel series which I have not read, which I heard is not that great, but this original series is really good. I marathoned these when I was like 15. They were great. And I think that's it. So those are all the series I've finished. I think there's a few at my mum's house. I can't remember if they're finished series or not. Like the Kiss of Deception series, the Remnant Chronicles, I finished those. I don't have them told up though. They're a fantasy trilogy. Everyone's heard of them probably. Kiss of Deception's the first one. They're really great, by Mary E. Pearson. I think there might be a few others at mum's, but I can't remember. And they're not in my current possession, so I won't mention them. But yes, so that's the exploration of my bookshelf today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Look out next month for the second part to this series, where I'll talk about the series that I haven't finished yet that I really need to get around to. And otherwise, I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!